500. That's how many Taíno people Spanish census takers found on Hispaniola in 1548. Near down from millions, near, and Columbus died, celebrated, titled, and wealthy. Picture this: two worlds collide for the very first time. One side carries gold ornaments and colorful textiles. The other carries mirrors, glass beads, and bells. Both sides are smiling, and within years, millions are dead. This is the story of first contact between Christopher Columbus and the Taíno people of the Caribbean, and it is one of the most devastating miscalculations in all of recorded history. When Columbus landed on the island of Hispaniola in 1492, the Taíno welcomed him. These were not naive people. They had complex societies, agricultural systems, sophisticated trade networks, and political structures that rivaled anything in medieval Europe. They brought food. They brought hospitality. They extended their hands in friendship. Columbus wrote about them in his journals with what seemed like admiration. He noted their generosity, their gentleness, their beautiful island. But buried in those same journals was something chilling. He wrote that they would make excellent servants, that 50 armed men could conquer the entire population. He was already calculating. Within 2 years of sustained Spanish presence, the Taíno people began disappearing at a rate that is almost impossible to comprehend. Disease struck first. Smallpox and influenza tearing through populations that had zero immunity to European illnesses. Entire villages collapsed within weeks. Communities that had existed for centuries vanished before they understood what was happening. But disease was only part of the story. The Spanish implemented a system called the Encomienda. Indigenous people were assigned to Spanish colonizers as forced labor. They mined gold until their bodies gave out. Those who resisted were executed publicly, specifically to terrify others into compliance. Bartolomé de las Casas, a Spanish priest who witnessed these events firsthand, documented atrocities so severe that his own contemporaries questioned whether he was exaggerating. He was not exaggerating. The Taíno population before contact is estimated to have been somewhere between several 100,000 and several million people, depending on the source. By 1548, Spanish census records counted fewer than 500 Taíno individuals remaining on Hispaniola. 500. From potentially millions to 500 in roughly 50 years. And here is the part that should genuinely unsettle you. Columbus returned to Spain celebrated. He was given titles, wealth, and authority. He made 3 more voyages. The system he established became the template that other European powers would replicate across 2 continents for the next 4 centuries. The smiles at that first meeting were completely real. The gifts were real. The goodwill, at least on the Taíno side, was absolutely genuine. But good intentions on one side of a power imbalance mean almost nothing when the other side has already decided what the outcome will be. First contact was never really about contact. It was about conquest dressed in the language of curiosity and civilization. The Taíno greeted the future with open hands, and history repaid that kindness with erasure. If you think this was an isolated incident, wait until you hear what happened in the Pacific.